Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am actually here today to discuss with you my natural hair, and I started this series on my channel about my natural hair care routine, and the next I guess segment in that series was going to be styling. But I figured before I go on to that segment, I wanted to touch base with you guys about my haircut, because I really think the haircut is the foundation of your natural hair care. It's also the foundation of your natural hair styling routine. And I think it's extremely important that you have a, a cut and style that suits your natural hair texture, um, before you can really achieve, I think, your perfect style that you may be going for. So I wanted to talk about my natural hair cut, my haircut, its shape, before I kind of went into what products I used in my styling segment. So still check out my styling segment, that is to come, but I figured this was a great way to kind of introduce that. So let's talk about my haircut a little bit. I just got my haircut yesterday at the DevaCut salon in Soho, New York. My stylist there is April, and she is absolutely phenomenal. I love her. But basically, I got my hair cut because it was time for a cut. But it's important to me to make sure I maintain a good shape. That is, I think, the most important thing about my hairstyle and the look. When my hair starts to kind of grow out, these top layers here start to kind of grow down, and I start to look like a mop or something. But getting those layers kind of cut in here adds that volume here on the top of my hair that I really that gives me this shape. And it really allows my hair to sit and be free, but still maintain a style and a look. So let me just give you guys a little preview of what my hair looks like. Again, this is um, freshly cut. This is just cut yesterday. And if you can see, right here is really where the important piece is, right up here. This, my length, I was able to maintain a lot of length in this cut, which was good. I really didn't have too much um, terrible ends and damaged hair or anything. So I didn't need to cut off a lot. It was just basically about maintaining the shape that I really love and need. So basically, let me just talk to you a little bit about DevaCut and their technique called the DevaCut. So I started going to DevaCut years ago when I started transitioning from relaxed to natural, to my natural hair texture. And basically what I was doing was growing out my hair and then slowly cutting off the straight ends. And so I went to DevaCut several times during that process of transitioning. And now I go there just to maintain my, my routine haircuts. I used to, when I had shorter hair, I used to go to the DevaCut salon and get my cut more frequently. Like I would say every 4 to 6 months I would go, and that was because I had a shorter style. And when you have a shorter, or when I had a shorter style with my natural hair, it was really hard to maintain. I mean, after a few months of my hair growing, the style was gone. So I needed to constantly kind of go back every 4 to 6 months just to get the style back, get a shape back to my hair. Now that my hair is longer, I can go longer without a cut. And my previous cut before this one was last May. So I'm a year. I was a year without getting my hair cut. And at that point, I did have some single strand knots on my ends, and it was time for a cut. It was time. Anyways, but the reasoning behind kind of why I knew it was specifically time was because I was beginning to get this really flat on top hair that looked like a mop, and it wasn't fun. and it wasn't the look I was particularly going for. So that's when I knew kind of like my cut had grown out and I needed to go back and get my shape taken care of, get my shape back. So basically that's what my stylist did. She added some layers here, took off some of the length on top, and that kind of gives me this more rounded shape and has this volume, like this natural volume up top, which I think is really great for my hair texture and just my look in general. So I wanted to just give you guys this information just to recommend if you're getting or if you're not sure about what's going on with your hair, you're not really satisfied with the way your hair is looking, I would start with getting a cut because maybe your haircut or your shape that you have now isn't the best for your hair texture or the look you're going for. So maybe you do need to start with a haircut, start fresh. And, you know, by getting a haircut, you don't have to chop off all your hair. You just are going in and getting your hair, you know, cut into a style, which is, I think, essential, especially for us curly girls. So let me talk to you really quickly about a DevaCut. So basically a DevaCut is your hair is being cut in its natural state, dry. So I go in with my hair just as is, as I would normally wear it, and you know, my stylist gets in there, kind of we to talk about what kind of cut, what kind of look I'm going for, and she cuts my hair off dry. So basically, they're like sectioning your hair, picking it out, taking each individual curl, getting in there and cutting. Um, so the best part about that is as the client, you kind of get to sit back and you get to see and how your hair is turning out as you're actually cutting. So it really gives you a nice preview of your cut, and I really enjoy that. Another great thing about the DevaCut is as your stylist is cutting your hair, you are getting recommendations by your stylist on your hair care. Maybe she will excuse me. Maybe your stylist will make recommendations about, you know, conditioning your hair, what products may work for you. It's all about education on your particular hair. So I feel like a lot of people might see like a natural on the street and say, oh my goodness, I love your hair. What do you do? What do you use? And that's great to share with others. But what may work for me may not necessarily work for you or anyone else. So I think it's important to kind of get that personalized consultation, so to speak, on what to do for your natural hair care. And yeah, so I think that's great because they don't just promote gorgeous styles at DevaCut. They like promote the health of your hair, which is the whole point of getting your hair, you know, going to a salon. I really didn't get that experience before I started to go to DevaCut. So I really get an optimal kind of, I get a great experience on how to get my, I guess, optimal healthy hair, which is what we all want, I think. So thank you guys so much for letting me share. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions at all about my cut or the salon or anything, I would be happy to share with you guys. So stay tuned for my next segment in the series on my natural hair care regimen, which will be styling, where I will specifically talk about how I style my hair and what products I use. So thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more.